Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about some news for NFL. So let's get right into it here. Alright, so a few days ago, the Patriots, they cut yesterday, the Patriots cut former Panthers third round pick QB Matt Corral and released former Saints fourth round pick QB Ian Buck from the practice squad. This was reported yesterday. But now the Patriots have signed former Panthers third round QB Matt Corral to their practice squad after cutting him from the active roster. I've lost track how many times they've done this with a quarterback, man. I've lost track. I swear they've done this with so many quarterbacks. The difference basically between the two is the practice squad. It's not the active roster. So, he's basically not on the active roster. Is anyone actually checking this guy's mental health? Or are we all just going to ignore that? Alright, we're just going to ignore that? I guess so. They just need... Bill Belichick needs to stop playing with these kids' emotions, man. So, it was reported in June, the Raiders haven't received any trade offers for Pro Bowl wide receiver Hunter Renfrow. In an update, the Raiders wide receiver Hunter Renfrow has caught only one pass for 23 yards this season. That was his only target through 2 games. Offensive coordinator Mick Lombardi said that despite of that, quote, Hunter was a big part of the game plan in Week 1 and 2. Renfrow was discussed as a trade candidate during the offseason, but nothing materialized. Now he's not getting used on offense. In 2021, Renfrow had 103 receptions for over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns, so he has a talent whether the Raiders use him or another team's trade for him to use him. I know people are saying, oh, we better start producing or he'll get traded. So maybe it's better for him not to produce. They need to free Renfrow. He was a great flex wide receiver too before, Devontae Adams took over. I don't know why they don't use him. Like, he's a great route runner. He's a quality player, basically being underutilized, in my opinion. I don't know why they don't use him that much. Or at least through the first 2 weeks. So, per a report, Kim Kardashian, Ravens wide receiver Odell Beckham are, quote, hanging out according to @People, which is the #1 source for celebrity news. And an insider tells People that Kim Kardashian and the NFL receiver are getting to know one another. From the report, the insider confirms that the Kardashian star and the Baltimore Ravens wide receiver, quote, hanging out. Multiple sources also had that the 30-year-old NFL pro and his longtime model girlfriend, Lauren Wood, have officially split. They've officially split up, and these two are hanging out. Seems like Odell's and Kim Kardashian are trying to get to know each other. So, I thought Odell was married with a kid, but according to the report, he officially broke up with Lauren Wood, a model. Man. She's just getting passed around like a blunt. An update. So we all talk about Deshaun Watson. So, we gotta talk about Deshaun Watson here, man. The Browns' decision to give him a $230 million contract. We have to talk about it. You expect more than this from a franchise QB. You gave up a ton of picks and money, and he's not playing well at all. Week 1, 16 of 29, only 154 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 reception. This week, 22 of 40, 1 touchdown, 1 reception. This might be one of the worst contracts in history. I know he's under pressure every game, but that's not an excuse. I mean, I know it's only 2 weeks so far, but he has not looked good at all, man. And he basically admitted he was not good enough. They capitalized on some plays. Well, he finally admitted something. So, we had some awful news. A video was revealed that a 53-year-old hashtag Patriots fan hit his head after getting punched. Hit his head after getting punched by a hashtag Dolphins fan on Sunday night's game. The fan, Dale Mooney, lost consciousness and was taken to a hospital where he tragically passed away. Man, this is just a tragedy. Because hopefully these fights between NFL fans stop. Because it can lead to the worst things. For example, you're hitting your head and you could lose consciousness and you pass away. Like, it's just terrible. Like, it's just terrible, man. Like, this shit should not happen. Like, this shit should not happen, man. He should get he should get prison time for that. The Patriots fan who hit him. So that's just not unexcusable. Just awful, man. And even the Dolphins running back Salvon Ahmed is promoting a GoFundMe for Dale Mooney, and he basically set the goal at 10,000. So, what a good guy, Salvon Ahmed. So, Giants Pro Bowl tight end Darren Waller opened up about his past drug addiction, including overdosing in 2017 while in the NFL on the At 2 Win podcast. He said he was scared when he got drafted. They're going to find out I'm a fucking addict. Most dudes are in tears, and it's a great moment in their life, and I'm thinking, what's going to happen down the road? He had enough courage to come out and share his story battling addiction. We need more athletes speak out about this. It's really awesome to hear like stories of recovery from players. You know, Max Crosby talked about it. Now Darren Waller. These players talk about how they like overcome their addiction of like drug use or drinking or whatever. So yeah, an update of Jamal Williams' injury. He has a hamstring injury, and the team expects it to take some time for him to return. There's no exact timeline given, but he's going to be out for a few weeks. So, that's the injury update from last night from Jamal Williams. Per report, a new poll reveals that only 6% of Jacksonville residents want to help pay $1 billion for the Jaguars stadium renovations, according to JBJ Timothy. 47% of them don't want to do it, even if it means losing the Jags to a different city. 51% said the city should sell the stadium to the team and let them pay for it. Oh, watch, then they're not moving the team. Stop it. They're not going to move Jacksonville, the Jaguars. Come on. So, after the Saints and Panthers game last night, wide receiver Michael Thomas and Panthers defensive lineman Derek Brown got into it, heading towards the locker room, and apparently, it looked like Mike wanted to talk just, from a safe distance. Making sure to keep his distance, I don't blame him. Derek Brown's he's a big boy. He's a big boy. So, per report, the Browns are currently hosting free agent running back Kareem Hunt, per Adam Schefter. After a report said the Browns are looking into signing running back Kareem Hunt or trading for Cam Akers, the Rams running back, in order to replace Nick Chubb. They're also happy with backup running back Jerome Ford, who rushed for 106 yards against the Steelers. There's 4 other teams that are currently interested in Cam Akers. So, it's smart. It's kind of smart to bring back Kareem Hunt. I think they will. So, the hashtag Lions have placed cornerbacks safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson and defensive end James Houston on injured reserve. So, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's season is officially over. After it was reported they feared he suffered a season-ending injury, and it's officially happened. So, update. The hashtag Panthers can't use the QB sneak in their playbook because Bryce Young, quote, isn't big enough to make that work, according to ESPN. In an article on ESPN says that the, quote, biggest hole in the game plan for the Panthers is their inability to use the QB sneak in third and short because of Bryce Young's 5'10", 204-pound frame. The Panthers can't use the quarterback sneak because Young, 5'10", 204 pounds, just isn't big enough to make that work. And that's tough. I feel he could sneak through the pile because of how tiny he is. But him getting pancaked in the dog pile is a disaster waiting to happen. But yeah, it's tragic, man. But I don't know if this is actually true. I mean, it might be. I think it's more why put your QB1 in a pile. That's probably why they don't do it. They don't want to risk an injury. Dak Prescott said to Sauce Gardner on Inside the NFL, why challenge Dak Prescott? Why challenge the best player on the team and on the drop pick 6? Sauce said, I was thinking about the touchdown before I got the ball. So, he could have had a pick 6, but he was already thinking about getting a touchdown when he dropped the fucking ball. So, Ja'Marr Chase had some comments after their loss. He said he wants the team to use more shots downfield, quote, go routes to help their struggling offense. Gotta get some go routes in there. Just some downfield shots. That way we can come back to anything else underneath. We really haven't taken that many shots downfield. If you look at the last 2 games, you don't really see that many shots downfield. We gotta take more shots downfield. That's why we have a deep threat, guys. Take a chance. He has less than 75 yards this season. The team is 0-2. It's really time to make some changes. I mean, Burrow can't throw deep with his calf hanging together by like a thread. I mean, I'm just saying. We talked about Cam Akers. So, the hashtag Bengals fan who headbutted another Bengals fan on Sunday is facing misdemeanor charges including disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and assault. Andrew Giordano of Covington was arrested following his behavior ending with a vicious headbutt of another fan on the concourse of Packer Stadium. So another fight, man. NFL games have been like a war zone this year, man. Like a freaking war zone. Like, these fans cannot behave themselves. So, Steelers fans were chanting, quote, fire Canada last night after the 3 and out with 3 minutes left in the game as an offensive coordinator, Mike Canada. And Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, fans chanting to fire offensive coordinator Matt Canada last night, quote, we want them to be fat and sassy and spoiled. It is our job. I appreciate their passion, Tomlin said. I share their passion. We all do, man. We love our fans, man. They inspire us. They challenge us. It's an awesome relationship, man. He says man a lot. We don't run from challenges. We run to our challenges. This is a sport and entertainment business. It is our job to win and thus entertain them. We don't want to begrudge them for that. We want them to be fat and sassy and spoiled is our job. He does have the best quotes. Fat and sassy and spoiled. This is legendary. But yeah, Matt Cannon needs to be fired, man. I don't know how he has a job. An update, Shaq Thompson got carted off last night with an ankle injury, and they announced that linebacker Shaq Thompson of the Panthers suffered a season-ending injury and had surgery on his fractured fibula. That's a huge loss for their defense. Just unfortunate. Update, Tom Brady was asked about joining the Jets this season after Aaron Rodgers' injury. He shut down quickly and said, no, next question. He don't got time for that. He's done playing football. People need to stop asking him, oh, you gonna play for the Jets? He's done playing football. So some good news about Saquon Barkley. It could have been worse where he avoided a major injury. And the recent report said he'll be out 2 to 3 weeks with his ankle injury, but Coach Brian Dable said he'll trend towards a game-time decision for Thursday Night Football, giving him a chance to play. If that's the case, he might be back earlier in 2 to 3 weeks, but I don't think he should play. Why risk a worse injury trying to rush him back against the 49ers? Even with him, they'll get blown out, so I don't think this is the right decision. The Browns, Ravens, Raiders, and Bucks have looked and potentially trade for Rams running back Cam Akers per Schultz report. Other NFL teams as well. It's still possible to be released per the report, but they could get a trade for him. That's my first NFL news video, so I'll do another one in a few minutes. Until next, Mac Peace.